And good afternoon, folks. Warp103 bringing you guys another video. This time here we're looking at the kunze panzer, basically the highest price tank in the battle pass. So hopefully you guys will sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
I'm gonna have to rain down a godly firestorm on you.
And thank you for viewing this video. If you like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel by clicking the icon above, and then of course hitting the bell icon to get notifications when the next video drops. So here we go. We're gonna look at the kunze panzer, the 50T. Again, that's a ranked battle tank so that you can get, and of course the Leopard PTA. All tier 9s, so that way there we're looking at apples to apples, you know, which we can basically get inside on the tier. Now, the DPM looks all well and good, but you have to remember that's why it's regular mode, and then on the side is siege mode. So again, I'm putting both of them up here so that so people will have a great idea what is going on with this tank. So your DPM in normal mode, again, is the highest of all of them, which is great. The penetration is the same as the 50T, not as good as the PTA. Again, your rate of fire is higher. Again, this is on your normal mode. Shell velocity, again, it's on the great side. Ammo capacity is weak sauce, and your potential is actually less than this, again, because when you actually look at the actual DPM, where most of the time you're going to use. So we're looking at the aim time. Again, the aim time is really bad in normal mode, and of course dispersion again is really bad in the normal mode. But when you look at it at in again siege mode and everything else, that 0.29 looks actually pretty damn good until you actually get in the game. And again, I'm going to tell you about this a little bit later because it trolls you a couple of times in battle. So again, looks pretty damn good right here for that. Again, your accuracy on the move when you're not in siege mode is actually good, and then when you get in the siege mode, it's actually pretty damn bad compared to both of the tank. So again, when you need to, basically snapshot of fire, so that when you're in that mode, it's like, yeah, you're in for a hell of a ride. Now again, the aim time is better when it's in siege mode, and the dispersion is better. We covered that, so again, that's a good thing and everything else for that. Now, you're gonna hear me a lot saying so that in the video that I hate the speed, and part of the reason I hate the speed is, again, I'm not talking about this overall speed and stuff, but the speed where you got to go, you in siege mode, the speed is what I'm talking about. And again, I'm basing everything on siege mode because that's what you're going to be in a majority of the time when you're actually need to shoot. And then to come out of siege mode, again, you have to do 2 seconds and then try to pull away and so that, and then, you know, again, at 2 seconds you're stationary, and then from there you get ripped. Now again, a lot of the other siege modes are like automatic, you know, with some of them where it does automatically once you slow down to a certain things. So that if that was the case here, I would not have any problem with the mobility and for that. But again, you're going to hear it several times, so I don't want people to come back and say, well, you know, Warp, you're wrong about the speed. No, I'm talking about the speed going at its normal in siege mode, and then you have to take it off and then go to travel mode. Again, that transition to me feels really, really bad. Again, that's just me. Again, I know that other tanks where you have the hydromatic suspension and it works automatically, and I wish that's what they would have went with this one here. It would have felt a whole lot better. But okay, let's keep on going. Now again, the reverse speed is pretty damn nice so that compared to the other two, so that your power to weight ratio, so that your engine power is lower, but your power to weight ratio is again better than the other two. Again, your terrain resistance is the same all the way across the board, but when it comes to actually turning the tank, when it's in this mode here, it's better than the 50T, but worse than the Leopard overall to do everything it needs to do. And then when you're in siege mode, it just, I mean, it falls flat on its face. Again, this is what makes it feel like it's, and I'm gonna say it later, it feels like it's turning a hard brick, because, you know, in certain instances, again, when it's like this, it's like, I don't know why it's on certain, again, I'm basing a lot of it off of the Leopard PTA, because again, Leopard PTA is like, ooh, it's so sweet, you know, turning and everything else, so that it just feels weird, but that the tank transfers like it is. And considering how light the tank is, I would feel that should be faster than what it is, but again, I can't make it what it is. I can't change what it is, excuse me. So yeah, when you're in another modes for that, your effective is a little bit better when it comes on hard. Medium is, yeah, a little bit worse. And then when you get to soft, oof, yeah, that's when, you know, if you understand, a lot of this game is in soft areas and everything else, and it feels, again, sluggish to turn and everything else, and it just puts me off a little bit when it comes to speed. All right, then we go down to the armor. Again, that has nothing to do with the rest of this. The armor itself is non-existent. You're going to get punched in the face. It just doesn't matter, you know, even if you hold down correctly and everything else, so that they're going to punch you in your face. So if you get spotted, prepare to get dunked on. That's pretty much how that works. Stationary camo, again, better than both of the other ones, so that even after firing, your camo on the move, again, is very good. So a lot of this is my feeling on how this tank is because of if you've played the Leo before and everything else, or if you played other tanks that are what I call a nimble medium and everything else, so that this for some odd reason feels a bit off to me. And again, I don't know why, but it is what it is. So you see the stats and everything else, so that, you know, again, shell cost is in the immediate range and everything else, so that fire chance is pretty low. So let's get into the battle and everything, and again, and you'll be able to check it out for yourself. And again, what I'm saying is the way that it feels to me is, you know, when you're in, partly is when you're in travel mode, but mostly the top speed, you have to stop, not stop, you have to come out of that mode and go into the other mode. Again, that transition, that time, that whole thing just, to me, hurts the tank. Now, again, I know other people are gonna be like, oh, it's fine. So that's all I have to say about it. Hopefully when you look at the video, you'll see what I'm thinking. Again, it might be a great cup of tea if you're into that thing, but let's go to the video. Now, this one's the most expensive. This one's the one where I'm sitting there like, I don't know, that's a lot of things to do in a battle pass to get this and everything else, so that, you know, you're basically playing your life away like that for this tank here. Is it going to be that good? Well, we shall see. Let's throw a pattern on here real quick, something we can live without. Therefore, sense of direction, let's apply that, and of course let's go with our standard setup. Now again, when I look at tanks, I look at the setup that I have. Normally I look at the setup I have with other tanks of the same nation, especially since I'm using the same crew. The problem is I think the view range on this one is going to be way better. You know, I mean, it's only 10 better and everything else like that, so should I go with the same setup that I've already used before? Because again, I don't know how the gun is, even though the gun is supposed to be more accurate than this is, but we'll see. So let's go with the same setup for now and everything else, because again, I don't know if it's like most tanks that get ammo racked all the time, and that would be tragic to play it and basically just get effed off the jump street, off a rip. So yeah, I'm going to play it cautiously and put on the ammo rack skill and everything else that of course we're gonna go put on a rammer, and I'm not sure about the last one. Again, I could go the same way I went here to make it better at snapshotting, and sorry, I'm going to try that to see if snapshotting is going to feel really good inside of it. But again, we've already talked about the stats, so worst comes to worst, you know, it doesn't work, and I'll have to try a different loadout. All right, so let's go put this here. Let's put in, again, I don't play with gold my first battles in tanks. Again, I want people to look and see how it is without gold, without food, without all the extras that can make it say, I'm the bestest ever. We don't want to do that. All right, so let's go. Let's take her out for the first spin and see how this actually works.
Let's go. I just caught a webby. Webby in a chest.
All right, here we go. Again, I'm hoping it's somewhat similar to, but not how the 50T started. Because the 50T started, it was an absolute freaking disaster because I was getting ammo rack left, right, center. You know, it was pretty bad. It was brutal. Okay, already I can tell you this does not feel as nimble as the Russian tank, the tank destroyer. It just doesn't feel as nimble, you know, off the rip. It feels, I mean, again, you watch the other battle, you can feel how much wind and everything else to that. This feels a bit on the laggy side. And again, I don't have gold, so again, it feels just a bit laggy. I don't understand why. Oh my God, that reload time. Oh, so my gun's gonna be great, but the reload time's gonna be absolutely trash. Oh my God. Oh, and that's gonna be the other thing. So even with me being in travel mode, yeah, this thing just, no. It's not fast. It's just not, I mean, I felt better in the Russian tank. This thing is not fast. It maneuvers like a freaking hot brick. Yeah, no. Now, I'm not sure why they felt that this one was worth more money than the other one, but I can tell you, this feels like absolute poo.
They said they heard you. And they got you, girl.
Now again, the gun is punchy as hell, but if you let anybody get close, yeah. So let's go back into this mode here. Again, I'm not a fan. I never was a fan of the siege mode mechanic. It just doesn't feel really good to me. But some people probably love it and be like, "Oh, good siege mode." Now again, I don't have gold. So again, it will punch through your thing so that it's really accurate. But the reload time. The reload time is literally disturbing. Hey, bro, how's it going today, man? So again, I'm hoping you guys are enjoying this tank and everything else and seeing the goes on it. It will be up on my YouTube. Of course, with the stats that go along with it, but to me, this feels black. Again, good gun when you're stationary, but if you need to move, the the 50T is much more forgiving. It's like night and day. Okay, where you going? Night and day, faster. Again, the Russian tank feels better in almost all respects. It's like, why am I here? Is what the question needs to be. Again, it can work a ridgeline like a boss though. Oh, there's someone still back there. So we're gonna, okay, now we're 3 on 1. All right, sorry about that, folks. Oh, they are. I forgot, baby. I really did.
Yeah, you didn't know this?
No, I forgot. It's not that I didn't know. It's that I forgot. Oh, but working a ridgeline, you just, oh, come on. F off already. You feel like an absolute boss. You feel like an absolute boss on the ridgeline. So if you're a ridgeline warrior, you'll love this tank. But if you treat tanks like mediums, this is gonna feel insanely odd to you. Like, no. Uh-oh. Can I get over here and go back into seatbelt before I get spotted? No, he dropped down. Now again, you do still have some mobility while you're down here. Now let's try to, since we can basically try to deal with that guy up close. Let's see if we can go over there and help out. There we go.
What?
No bronx. Here you go.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you, babe. I'll get some agua in a minute. Oh shit. Thank you, love. All right, so even taking a break, again, gotta take meds. Again, if you notice this, you can feel that it's really slow. It's not really, even with the rotation mechanic, if you looked at the last game, it just doesn't feel like, oh, I want to be snappy. It feels cumbersome. It's, you know, but the gun is like, let me do this to you. Let's see if we can get this guy here. I don't know if I'm able to get there in time. I think he's going to die. Oh, nope, someone helped him. Fuck. Of course I get ammo racked. Of course. See, this is what I was talking about.
Honestly, my wife's body may be gone.
That's what I'm talking about. Typical of tanks like this, you get up close and personal, or anywhere even remotely like that, you get ammo racked. But again, if you're working a ridgeline, this is going to feel really good to you. If you're a Leopard 1 fan and everything else like that, it's probably going to feel basically really good. But if you're a normal medium tank player, this is not going to feel really that good. Again, 3K, you know, first, and I'm again not using gold. I don't have food. You know, that's those two things that most people are like, oh, well, you know, gold, I can just dab the 2 key and basically not have to worry about actually bouncing shots. You know, you can do stuff like that. Does this feel really good? I'll take the 50T all day long over this, but they're two completely different styles. Again, one is a medium, and this one is more a long range sniper. Now again, you figure that this would be correct, all in my wheelhouse, because I play as a TD main, but most of the TDs that I play with, you know, I like to get in position fast and own people. That's why I'm feeling this tank here so much. Let me finish the stats for this one first. Again, really decent, you know, kind of. Where am I after that? You know, decent overall. Again, first battle inside of it. Second in damage. Really good outcome and everything after that. But is it worth the amount that they're asking for it? I don't think it is. Again, that's just me personally talking to that. Out of the two tanks, I think if you're looking between the two tanks, Which one is actually worth more? This one here. It just feels, again, you've seen the gameplay, you've seen how it's like, ooh, I can turn, I can rev, I can get to where I need to go really fast, I can pull back really fast. You know, yes, I don't have the gun depression, so yes, if I'm almost on hills and everything else, that I'm going to be at a disadvantage. But overall, to me, this feels like the better tank. So hopefully you liked the video. I hope that you'll actually hit the like, subscribe button. It'll really help the channel out. Until then, this is Warp103 saying warp out, have fun. We'll catch you on the next one. Of course, please feel free to hit the like, subscribe button. It will really help the channel out. But again, I'm choosing the other tank over this one here, the kunze panzer. Again, the kunze panzer some people are going to love. It's just not for me. Well, thank you everybody. Warping out. Catch you later.